30-yard line. And here comes the penalty flags. And it's going to be encroachment against the Bradshaw Bears. Now let's see if that actually gives the Mingus Marauders a first down via penalty.
Boy, this could be the break that the Marauders needed right here. Let's see if they give them the first. It's close. Can we measure it?
They set the ball down at the 38-yard line, and well.
There we go. He flipped it.
Well.
Can't go back now.
Right? No, they are going to move it. They're going to give the Mingus Marauders a first down on the penalty, so Mingus does get a break. De La Haye was coming out, and they said, no, get back out there. You're getting the ball.
Yeah, wait a minute, offense. Way to be disciplined. That's a great job. The Marauders able to get the first down.
So 1st and 10, new set of downs for the Mingus Marauders. Wing formation out here for the Marauders in the white. There's the snap, and the handoff going up the middle is hit hard and quickly by the Bradshaw Bears. Little to no gain out there. And getting up off the bottom of the pile is going to be Brulin. No, that's going to be Ralston. I'm sorry. Ralston's first run of the game.
And that's going to wrap up
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So the Bradshaw Bears have control of this one. 2nd and 10 for the Mingus Marauders when we return to Bradshaw High School coming up after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
And back here at Bradshaw High School, if you are just joining us, the live stream is now back on. Sorry about the technical difficult. 2nd and 10, Ralston takes the ball and dives ahead forward off tackle on the right-hand side for maybe a little. And they might give them one. It's going to be 3rd and long now for the Mingus Marauders.
And that's a very sizable defensive line for the Bears. And then, forget about the defensive line. Their linebacking core with James Giggy, they're almost as big as the defensive line themselves.
That's why he's going to ASU, I imagine. 3rd and 10, no gain on the play. Mingus will come out in a spread formation. You got Bruland and Camacho down at the bottom of your screen. One back in the backfield. There's the snap, and Stokes turns around, throws the ball, puts it up. It's a 4-grab ball, and it's in the middle. 3 Bradshaw Bears and 1 Camacho, and Camacho almost came down with it. Holy cow, that was dangerous, but that's going to bring up a 4th down now for the Mingus Marauders. 4th and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, here's a tough predicament for the Marauders, but you know what? I really like the chance. Stokes put it up, and Camacho's a baller. Camacho almost made the play and got it down with a couple Bears around him.
You imagine Mingus is going to punt. Stokes is kind of in a punt position, but obviously as your quarterback can go and do just about anything, he will punt. Puts this one high, and it goes to the far sideline, goes out of bounds, and we're going to have to see where they're going to mark it.
Ooh, looks like they're giving the Marauders the benefit of the doubt there.
Well, let's see where they're actually going to mark it. So the referee was sitting at the 35-yard line. Now he's moved himself up to the 41-yard line. And it looks like that's where they're going to give the ball. So that doesn't become as effective as a punt out there for the Mingus Marauders. So 1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 41-yard line. They have the lead, 14-0, and the ball. Strong formation to the near side of your screen. Quarterback up under center. puts a man in motion and then hands it off to the second man. Mingus surrounds him, and then he cuts back and almost escapes. Picks up one. Great job by the Mingus Marauders. I think that was Leckington following the play and making the tackle for a short gain of one.
Yeah, it sure was Leckington, and that really is an outstanding job. He's just not giving up on the play, and he had the runner wrapped around the waist, and he did not let go. He came down on the ankles and just brought him down.
2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line. Spread formation now from the Bradshaw Bears, and out of shotgun is the quarterback, and he'll take the snap. Looks to throw, throws, has it up, puts it up, and it comes down to his receiver out there. Getting turned around was the Mingus Marauder defense, and it goes from the 42-yard line all the way out to the 22-yard line.
Wow, and what a ball. And boy, Machado was with the wide receiver step for step on that, Jackie, and boy, just didn't turn his head in time. And give the wide receiver really good credit for that's just great timing to look back and kind of stop. That ball was underthrown, and it was perfect. The wide receiver read that well.
Yep, came back for it.
Yep.
So Normandin is now 2 for 2, 44 yards out there. They go back to the wing formation with the quarterback under center. There's the snap. They will hand it to Ricketts up the middle. Ricketts makes one move, and Camacho comes up to make the tackle at about the 15-yard line. Gain is 7.
And that's where the Bears not only have the lead, the ball, but they got the momentum right now too, Jackie. The Bears offense moving it downfield.
10 minutes left to go in quarter number 2 on homecoming here for the Bradshaw Bears. 2nd and 4, maybe 2nd and 3 from the 15-yard line. Quarterback under center, man in motion, and a late handoff, and then there's going to be a pitch. The pitch is on the ground, and then diving on it, and is still available, and the Mingus Marauders come up with it. A turnover for the Mingus Marauders, and it's going to be Felix who finally comes up with the ball on the ground, and Mingus gets the turnover.
Yeah, nice job, Jose Felix. Good focus. Way to follow the play there, and do a nice job just scrambling, jumping on that ball.
So Jackson couldn't find the handle out there on the late pitch.
And that's just what the Marauders needed right there.
So the Mingus Marauders will take over at their own 13-yard line. There's the snap. Stokes looks to throw. He's in trouble. Throws. Has a man up the middle, and it's going to be Brulin. And he gets himself out to the 20, and that is a very acceptable first down play, as he'll pick up 8.
Yeah, sure is, and that's a really good ball by Stokes. That's a small window, a couple Bears around him, and he's able to get it nice and tight in there to Brulin.
Thought he was going to come out to Camacho to the near side. Chose not to. Second completed pass out there for Stokes. He's out of shotgun now. Takes the snap, moves to the right, gets out of the pocket, and here comes the flag. He'll throw the ball downfield, he'll throw it away, but that flag is in the backfield, and we're going to see if that's going to go against the Mingus Marauders.
And most certainly looks like it's going to be in the area of a hold, which will back the Marauders up closer to their end zone, but we still got some downs to live here.
So it is 2nd and 3. So there was 7 yards on that reception. And we're going to see if they are going to take the penalty. I would imagine they would. Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, and they're taking it. They're walking the ball back now.
So the ball was out to the 19-yard line, and it is now at the 10-yard line. So effectively, about 9 yards. So it is 2nd and 13 now for the Mingus Marauders. Back under center is Stokes. Has a man in motion, and now looks to throw, puts the ball up. Camacho has a step, and there comes the flag. Camacho had his hands out trying to make a little bit of separation, and it looks like there was contact. Now we're going to see if they're going to call that offensive or defensive pass interference out there, but the flag did come out.
Yeah, boy, to me, Jackie, looked like a good battle for the ball. I mean, Camacho almost came up with it. But like you said, Camacho's arms were a little bit extended, and same for the defense.
And it's going to be a pass interference against the Bears. That's going to give the Mingus Marauders a first down.
Yep, so well done. Good throw by Stokes. And nicer job by Camacho. Obviously, if that pass interference doesn't happen, that's a huge gain.
10th penalty in the game, and we're still 8:47 left to go in the first half. 1st and 10, the Mingus Marauders at the 25. The ball goes through Stokes. Stokes picks it up and will get tackled. A big loss out there by Stokes. I'm glad he got up because he kind of got rolled over on that one. So the snap went between his legs, and it was a ground ball. And that's going to be a big loss out there of 13 yards.
Yeah, it's time to dive deep in the playbook here, Jackie. You don't ever really have plays for a second and it looks to be about 20 out there.
No, but you have a play for 2nd and 10, and that's what you run.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you try to cut this in half and make something a little bit more manageable for 3rd down. There's the snap, and Stokes looks to throw the ball, throws the ball, has a man downfield, and it's going to be Brulin with the catch. He is out near the 50-yard line and then dragged out of bounds, well out of bounds. And that is going to be a first down for the Mingus Marauders. Holy cow.
Yeah, what a ball. Nice job, Brulin. And another really tight window that Stokes is able to get that ball into. And like you said, Jackie, Brulin got kind of ended after that play along the sidelines there, but kind of looks like one of the Bears went down on that one too, so hopefully he's okay on the sidelines. I know the refs blew the whistle there for just a second, but looks like they're okay.
37 yards on the reception out there to Brulin, and he hit him in stride. That was one of the best thrown balls that I have seen from Stokes all season long. 2 receivers were in the area, and then one automatically became a blocker. Near midfield, Stokes looks to throw the ball again. Throws the ball, has a man. It's going to be Brulin again, and hitting the defensive player who ran into Brulin, but the ball hit the defensive player in the back. So Brulin had to try to come back to that ball. So it was there.
Yeah.
There was separation, and it just didn't quite get there quick enough.
No, and that's a great call. That's exactly what happened. It just kind of skimmed the defender. Brulin did a really nice job of trying to come back to it. It almost came up with a great catch there.
2nd and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 49-yard line. Spread formation once again, low snap. Stokes picks it up. He's in trouble. He's got to run, and he will get sacked back at the 40-yard line. That'll be a loss of 9.
Ooh, that's a painful one there. I mean, Stokes took a little bit of a lick there. Bradshaw able to get the sack, and you see a big hit at the end there.
Bradshaw didn't have a lot of sacks coming into this game. So Mingus actually had a lot more sacks in this game. In fact, Calandra and Bowers combined had more sacks than the Bradshaw Bears have this season, but that becomes a big one. It becomes an 8-yard sack out there against the Mingus Marauders, puts the ball at the 41-yard line, 3rd and long for the Mingus Marauders. Stokes comes to the near side. He's going to run, and he will cut to the outside, get past the 50, and now you wonder, that'll bring up like 4th and 7 to see whether or not the Mingus Marauders are going to try to go for that.
Yeah, and with, the last few offensive plays, Jackie, I'd say it's manageable. I mean, the Marauders offense has been on point the last few plays, so curious to see what Coach Montebias will go with here.
6:34 left to go in quarter number 2. Bradshaw with a 14-0 lead, and Mingus took the ball away deep in their own territory, got a fumble recovery. Now they're going to go for it on 4th and 7 from their Bradshaw Bear 47-yard line. And there's the snap. Stokes goes to the far side, looks to throw the ball, and the ball gets knocked out of his hands, and it'll be covered by the Bradshaw Bears. And so a fumble by Stokes. He got hit from behind, and the ball came out. He was just winding up to make that throw and didn't quite get it done, and the Bradshaw Bears are going to take over at the Mingus Marauder 41-yard line.
Yeah, and boy, what a hit on that, too. I hope Stokes is okay. I know he's showing a tiny bit of frustration coming over to the sidelines. But that was a great defensive play by the Bears, and that was the far end of the defensive line just using their speed. I mean, Stokes had just a couple seconds to try to find somebody open. The coverage was there for the Bears, and it was a turnover.
That was an interesting formation for the Mingus Marauders. That was super strong to one side, by the way. Here comes Ricketts. Ricketts up the middle, bounces off Mingus Marauders, and then finally hits the ground at the Mingus Marauder 35-yard line, a gain of 6.
Yeah, boy, Ricketts with that big body, that's a tough one to bring down. You got to hit Ricketts really low. You see a couple Marauders in there trying to lay a big hit on him, and you got to be careful. That'll knock the wind out of you.
2nd and 4 from the 35-yard line. One receiver to the near side. Quarterback up under center, puts a man in motion. They will hand it to the motion man, trying to weave his way through. Mingus covers it pretty well. He picks up a little and will fall forward for maybe 2. And that's going to be Jackson on the carry. So 22 and 25 out there running the ball. That gets really confusing.
Yeah, not to say, when they put somebody in motion, the Bears are doing a really good job of being a little bit deceitful at that line of scrimmage.
You mean they lie?
They're tricking my eyes.
3rd and 2 from the Mingus Marauder 32-yard line. Bradshaw has gone for it on 4th down. They have not punted in this game. Wing formation. Quarterback barks out the commands, puts a man in motion, and there's the snap. It's going to be Ricketts. Ricketts stumbles, bumbles forward, and it's going to be close. They're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. Let's see if that's enough to move the chains. And they do say yes. That's going to be enough to move the chains. He needed 2, got 2.
Yeah, and a dangerous offensive series here the Bears are having. Not only are they able to get a couple first downs here, Jackie, but they're just continuously eating the clock. You're approaching 4 minutes and 35 seconds until halftime.
At the Mingus Marauder 31-yard line, Bradshaw with the ball and the lead. 2 receivers to the near side. Man in motion now, and they will hand it to Ricketts. Ricketts up the middle and will get tripped up. No, he's still on his feet and finally taken down. Bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers down to the 22-yard line. Give him 8 or 9 on the first down carry.
Yeah, and just another nice job by Bradshaw. Line of scrimmage, getting upfield, getting some blocks, and Marauders got to use their angles a little bit more, and we're seeing that Bradshaw offensive line just give the Marauders a little bit of a pushback here.
2nd and short, just outside the red zone. Back to a wing formation, man in motion, and they do give it to him, going to the outside and then cutting back up underneath, running over people and down close to the 10-yard line, a first down and more. And that's going to be another 10 yards on the carry.
Yeah, boy, those offensive plays like that where you get 7 and 8 yards, it's really depleting for a defense. I mean, it's tiring. You're trying to fight off blocks, and Bradshaw just doesn't really need to go to the air right now.
Line of scrimmage is the 13-yard line for the Mingus Marauders. Couple of backs in the backfield. One in motion, and they hand it to Ricketts. Ricketts in the middle, and jumping on his back is Bowers. And bringing him down, looks like Latham helped in on the tackle, and it's going to be still, when he falls forward, he's so big, when he falls forward, he still picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, exactly. That's the benefit of having some height in your running backs.
2nd and 6. The ball inside the Mingus Marauder 10-yard line. 2:50 left to go in quarter number 2. And there's lots of motion. They hand it to the man, sweeping to the outside, cuts back toward the end zone, and I see a sign from the far side for the touchdown.
Yep, I do as well. Looks like that last-ditch effort there, just a jump or a dive in the end zone is going to get it done for the Bears and add to the score.
That's going to be Monday. with the score, a 9-yard sweeper out there for the touchdown. And that extends the lead 20-0 over the Mingus Marauders. Head comes in for the extra point again. Looking for the snap, waiting for the snap. There it is, it's down. Mingus doesn't get around the corner quite quick enough, and the kick is up and good. 2:42 left to go, and the Bradshaw Bears will be kicking off to the Mingus Marauders. However, 21-0 the score. We're back after this.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywwoodworks.com.
Back here, ready for kickoff. The Mingus Marauders looking for their fourth kick return of the first half. Actually, third. No, Mingus kicked off to start this game, so they'll get the ball first in the second half. There's the kick. It comes down. Looks like it's going to go Brulin's way. He'll pick it up at about the 8-yard line, and he'll try the near side, bounce to the outside, and then get tackled right at about the 20. Good coverage out there by the Bears. And Mingus will have a long field and 2:36 left to go. And I'm trying to see if Mingus has any timeouts left. Mingus has used timeouts here in the first quarter, or in the first half. I know they've called 2. They might have 1 timeout left here for the final drive here in the first half.
Yeah, pretty crucial. Just 2 minutes and 36 seconds left too, Jackie.
Well, one of the things that you got to do is you got to be efficient, but at the same time, you got to make sure that you don't give the ball back to the Bears with any time left. Out of shotgun, here comes Stokes. Stokes steps back, looks to throw, has to come to the near side, has some running room, gets to the outside, past the original line of scrimmage. That's going to keep the clock rolling as he'll get a little bit of help up, and a gain of about 1.
And that's tough. It's pretty much time for that 2-minute drill.
Mingus taking their time here. 2:09 left to go. Mingus will huddle back up. Obviously hoping not to give the ball back to the Bears with any time. They're going to come out in a spread formation once again. Looks like they're in man coverage. The ball is on the ground. Stokes picks it up, throws it to the far side for De La Haye. And another snap that is low, and he has to go and get it somewhere around his shins, and is able to pick it up. At least it didn't go by him into the end zone, because that could be bad. That stops the clock, though, with 1:48 left to go here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, and pretty wise by Stokes there just to throw it out. De La Haye was almost in that vicinity there, so Stokes just does the smart play, toss it out.
They had pressure coming back there, too. And
sure did.
You know, you pick up that ball and then you panic. Spread formation once again, 3rd and 9 from their own 21-yard line. Stokes steps back and avoids the rush, throws it to the near side, and going up for it is going to be Camacho. He was determined he was going to throw it to Camacho at the marker there at the 30-yard line, and it falls out of bounds. So 1:42 left to go, and the Mingus Marauders now with a 4th and 9 from their own 21-yard line, and could give Coach Young and the Bradshaw Bears the ball back with good field position and time left.
And if Stokes can get off a great punt here.
Stokes looking to punt. One man back, and it is partially blocked, and it's going to take a hop, and it will get picked up and covered at the 40-yard line. So that is where the Bradshaw Bears are going to take over. As the punt returner decides to just go ahead and cover it at the 40-yard line. That was kind of dangerous. I would have stayed away from that one altogether.
Yeah, usually you're yelling fire trying to get away from that ball, but he thought maybe he had a chance to pick it up, but Marauders good on the coverage there.
So a partially blocked punt puts the Bradshaw Bears in really good field position with 1:35 left to go, and I believe the Bears still have at least 1, maybe 2 timeouts left. So here we go, a 21-point lead, and the Bears with the ball. Man in motion, and there's going to be a deep pitch, and it's going to be a throw play down the field, and it's going to fall in no man's land. Man, Camacho was the closest person to that one. He threw that. I'm not sure where he threw that.
That was, if you're batting a baseball, that's a perfect hit. Nobody was even in the vicinity out there. Not even the Marauders. There's a couple guys playing zone, and that just kind of died on him. I like the trickery there by Coach Bob Young and the Bradshaw Bears, but does not work.
So I'm not sure if that was Caden Martinez with the attempt throwing that downfield. He has some attempts during the season. So 1:29 now left to go, 2nd and 10. There's the snap. They're going to hand it to the second back, and it's going to be a counter play. And Mingus able to get a good open field tackle out there by Moody. Moody stepping in for Senna, who is not with the squad out here. And it looks like Bradshaw's trying to get into a hurry-up offense. The ball at the 35-yard line. And the clock still ticking, 1:05 left to go.
It's that next man up mentality, Jackie, and that's a good job by Moody, filling the shoes.
2nd and 5, 54 seconds left to go. Quarterback out of shotgun, steps back, looks to throw, puts the ball up. They're going to Giggy. They go to James Giggy downfield, and it's broken up. A great job breaking it up as they put the ball up for the big man, the ASU prospect, and Felix did a tremendous job defending that and then knocked the ball away as Giggy was coming down.
Yeah, wasn't it? Nice job, Jose Felix. That is outstanding coverage for a defensive back, and the youngsters watching, that's exactly what you want to do right there. He's stuck with Giggy. Giggy's got the size on him, but he stuck with him until the end, had his hand in there and made sure that the catch was not able to be made. Nice job, Jose Felix.
Giggy comes out to the near side once again, spread formation for the Bears. There's the snap. Quarterback steps back, looks to throw. They're going to throw again. This time they go to Moody, and Monday is into the end zone for the touchdown. He got behind the Mingus Marauder defense for a 35-yard touchdown pass.
And there is the flag. Probably going to be a late hit, maybe? We saw the flag get thrown well after the touchdown. So we'll see. And like you see on your replay there on VVTV, just wide open. I mean, a little bit of broken coverage there by the Marauders. And head coach Bob Young and the Bradshaw Bears are going to capitalize on that.
Well, they were going to Moody, and they used Giggy as there's the touchdown. They used him as a deceptive piece, an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bradshaw Bears that'll be on the kickoff, which is not going to do them all that much damage with 34 seconds left to go. So that makes the score 27-0 here in the first half. Head is on for the extra point attempt. There's the snap, and the hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good, 28-0. We will come back to Bradshaw High School for the final 34 seconds of the first half when we return after this.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Head added the extra point to make it 28-0 here, and Mingus looking to get the ball back for the final 34 ticks of half number one. And now they're going to mark off the unsportsmanlike conduct and bring the ball back to the 25-yard line for kickoff. So this is where the special teams needs to kick in for the Mingus Marauders. So do you set up especially with the 15-yard penalty, do you try to get the run back for the touchdown? Is that what you go for at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have many options. So, yeah, that's a good plan, Jackie.
They're going to kick the ball on the ground. It'll go off a Mingus Marauder, picked up at about the 40-yard line and trying to weave his way through across the 50 and then down into Bradshaw territory at about the 49-yard line. And I didn't catch a number of who ran that one back, but 8 ticks came off the clock. So the Mingus Marauders started Bradshaw territory at the 48-yard line, down 28-0. And you can probably get 3 pass plays off, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, especially the way Stokes is throwing the ball pretty well, and we've had a couple successful pass plays, so definitely a chance to get down there.
Cover 2 and probably a prevent defense is what we're going to see from the Bradshaw Bears. Stokes takes the snap, goes to the right, throws, has a man, and he needs to get out of bounds, and he doesn't get out of bounds. Crosses the 40, and the clock continues to roll, and Mingus is going to have to call a timeout on that one. And it looks, I think Wolowitz is the receiver out there. And there is going to be a timeout. We're going to leave it here for the final 14 seconds here. 8 yards on the reception. And I think Wolowitz needed to cut in and then cut back out and try to get off the, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save that timeout, right?
Yeah, and that's just a little bit of awareness. You're right. You're totally right on that. You got to try to get out of bounds. For you wide receivers, that's a play where you much rather get out of bounds and save a few precious seconds on the clock rather than to, lower your shoulder and try to get an extra yard. You want to save that time on the clock. So fortunately for the Marauders, we had a timeout that we were able to call.
But with 17 seconds left to go here from the 40-yard line, the question is whether or not you need to pretty much heave it to the end zone. So the backfield is Bruland and Ralston coming out. You got Camacho on the near side. Wolowitz is on the far side with Bruland, so 3 receivers on the right side. There's the snap. They're coming after him. They throw the ball up. They're going to Camacho, and it is going to be intercepted out there by the Bradshaw Bears. He's got room and blockers, and he runs away from his blockers, goes the opposite direction, and Bowers trying to chase him down. Bowers does chase him down. A tremendous return back out to the Mingus Marauder 49-yard line. So a tremendous return. However, time runs out, and that is how the half is going to come to a close on an interception out there, trying to throw it to Camacho, and then Camacho did not catch it, and then he tried to jar the ball loose of the man who did intercept it and was unable to do so, and then set up a rather exciting return attempt for the final play here of half number 1. All right, we're going to get into the halftime show coming up here when we return to Bradshaw High School, coming up after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
And welcome to halftime and to homecoming here at Bradshaw High School, home of the Bears, who have a 28-0 lead over the visiting Mingus Marauders. A little frustrated are the Marauders out here in the first half. It was all Bears. 9:52 left to go. A 1-yard dive by quarterback Normandin, and the extra point by Head was good. And a 7-0 lead, then 1:49 left to go. A 2-yard plunge by Ricketts, and the extra point was good by Head. And then a 9-yard sweep by Monday with 2:42 left to go in quarter number 2. Head was perfect once again with the extra point. It was 21-0. And then Monday would score again with a 35-yard pass reception with 34 seconds left to go in the first half. And Head added the extra point. All Bradshaw here 28-0. Here as we get into the Mingus Marauder Longfellow Excavating halftime report. No job too big or too small. Longfellow Excavating does it all. Septic installation, drainage, grading, and so much more. And they get to use the really big Tonka toys is what they get to use, which is fun. Call Josh Longfellow for a free quote. That's 928-300-3792. Glad you were along with us. And of course, the first quarter, we had some technical difficulties and we did not have the live stream going correctly. We did get that fixed. And then coming up on, I believe, Sunday, at an absolute latest, we will have the full game reset on YouTube so that you can go back and view the entire game and see the parts that you missed here. Although it was 2 Bradshaw scores. There wasn't a Mingus Marauder score there.
Right. Not much. You didn't miss anything. We still got to get the scoring done, so that's going to come for us in the second half.
Well, the Bradshaw Bears certainly taking care of business. It started with the long run back to the Mingus Marauder 35-yard line, and they were able to score on their first drive. Mingus has had some penalties here, 55 yards of penalties here in the first half. That has definitely not been good for the Marauders. And the referees have been active. They've been throwing a lot of flags, both teams included.
Yeah, and Bradshaw, what's unfortunate for the Marauders was that Bradshaw's second offensive series, Marauders were playing them really well and getting a stop, and then a penalty was the cause that kept Bradshaw's drive alive. But on the flip side, like you said, Jackie, it was another flag that went against the Marauders. That just the other way around. So like you said, the flags have been active tonight.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to go through some individual stats as the Bradshaw Mountain Bear band is out on the field out here and is going to entertain the homecoming crowd. You can see the fans across the way. Good following here for the Bears here on homecoming, which is fantastic. We're going to take a break. We'll come and go through individual stats, and then we're going to go back to the PowerPoint and the rankings for these squads and for all of 4A when we come back to Bradshaw High School after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
When you're looking for a plumber, no matter the job, call D-Best Plumbing. From energy-saving tankless water systems to whatever remodel project you have in mind, from the simple to the exotic, D-Best Plumbing prides themselves on quality workmanship and efficiency. For honest and fair prices and plumbing problems done right the first time, call D-Best Plumbing at 928-567-8755 or find them online at d-bestplumbing.com.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
And back here at Bradshaw High School, as you see the band on the field here for Homecoming 2023, which is absolutely fantastic. Glad you're along with us here for the Longfellow halftime report. Get some individual stats here as we take a look at the Bradshaw Bears. Well, let's see. Normandin is 3 for 4, 79 yards and a touchdown. Extremely efficient. That's not bad at all. 139 yards on the ground for Ricketts on 139 yards on the ground total, 73 for Ricketts as he's got 12 carries. Monday has 10 carries for another 70 yards. So between the two of them, they're picking up most of the ground game for the Bradshaw Bears. Stokes is 4 for 10. He's got 90 yards and 1 interception on the ground. The Mingus Marauders have not been successful. They have 12 carries total. They've had a few fumbled snaps that they've had to go and cover, and they've been sacked a couple of times. When you take all of that into consideration, we've got negative 4 yards on the ground, which is not what you expect from a Mingus Marauder team. Bruland finding a little bit of success receiving out there. 2 receptions for 44 yards here. Want to thank Longfellow Excavating helping us out here. Licensed, bonded, and insured, family owned and operated with decades of experience. You want to call a former Mingus Marauder for a free quote. That's Josh Longfellow at 928-300-3792. And of course, it is homecoming here for the Bradshaw Bears. Nick, what did you see here in the first half? What really stood out for you?
Yeah, Bradshaw came out fired up. Really, Bradshaw came out with the hot step, and they got the ball first and had a great drive downfield. Their offense has pretty much been unstoppable. They haven't needed to go to the air too much, but when they have a couple times, they were successful, and that's because, right, as defense, you're expecting that ground game, and Bradshaw's been very, very good at the ground game. So you expect that, and then all of a sudden, you got wide receivers behind your DBs because you're expecting run, and it opens up for pass. So Marauders got to clamp down a little bit. I would say it starts with winning a series, Jackie. Whether that's Marauders are going to get the ball to start the second half, so it's clutch that the Marauders offense takes that ball down, gets some points on the board. That would be the ultimate uplift in the momentum swing that they need.
Well, Grijalva only has 1 carry for the Mingus Marauders. That's not something that you expect to see. Bruland only has a couple. Need to see if we can get De La Haye and Ralston in the backfield, moving up. Senna's not with us here today. He is missed, but Moody has stepped in and played very well. Saw some pretty good play from Felix from a corner position out there. So the Mingus Marauders need to try to find a way to get these pieces moving together here, and needs to get on the board here. So the Mingus Marauders next week have a very well-deserved bye week. I normally hate bye weeks, but Mingus is going to need this bye week to hopefully heal up, as they've got a few players, some key players that are kind of dinged up here. Grijalva needs to heal a little bit. Bruland needs to heal a little bit. Leckington needs to heal a little bit. So, the Mingus Marauders are dinged up and kind of playing hurt out here today, and you can see that it definitely plays a role and makes a difference out there.
Yeah, and we've seen some of those players players utilized a little bit less, and that's just a smart call on the coaching staff.
Sure.
You're trying to save them as much as you can, and you bring up a great point. I mean, we're going further into region play. Obviously, Bradshaw has a little bit of a comfortable lead now, but there's no saying Marauders can't come back, make this a tight game. But like you said, we're going to need all these players back when we take the field after bye week, because Lee Williams ranked number 10 in the power rankings, which I see you're going to go over that, and Coconino beat this Bradshaw team, so we have some really formidable opponents coming up.
No, Coconino didn't beat this Bradshaw team. The Coconino had a running clock on this Bradshaw team, and apparently Bridger French is for real. And talking to Coach Young before the game, they had phenomenal practices that week, and then for whatever reason, all of the positive energy that they had all week ran out Friday at 5 o'clock. and their first drive they ran the field and then didn't get a fourth down conversion, and that was about it. And then the team got upside down. This team has been blown out twice, once by CDO and Canyon Del Oro, and then now Coconino. So Coconino will be our next opponent at home 2 weeks from now. So the Mingus Marauders are definitely going to have to put their game plan together and figure out how they're going to be able to deal here with the Coconino Panthers, who have taken that inside track to the Grand Canyon region. So Lee Williams has a win. The Mingus Marauders have a win, but obviously not doing well against Bradshaw out here tonight. And Coconino has a win. So those three are vying for the top spot for the Grand Canyon region. So Lee Williams got by Prescott 36-33. Coconino, of course, blew out the Mingus Marauders, and Mingus with a very good victory over the Flagstaff Eagles by a score of 27-10. So as we take a look at the standings, okay, so Yuma Catholic, who was a 2A school in the PowerPoints, is now rated number 1 in 4A.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think of that? And then I love this. They moved from 2A to 3A and now into 4A. And it says here 3A schools are not eligible for the open category, even though they're in 4A now. But it's their first year in 4A, I believe. Canyon Del Oro is number 9 in the open category. Number 9. And they changed the rules, so it was harder for a 4A team to actually make the open, which means that Canyon Del Oro is, doing phenomenal.
Yeah, you could say that. And just to put it in perspective, this open division is the top in the state.
Yes.
I mean, this is the open division are the teams that are playing the absolute best football with the most college, going players. And so that is an honor to be ranked, and that's Canyon Del Oro number 9. And like you said, Yuma Catholic at number 1 has a few more PowerPoints than Canyon Del Oro. So that's really scary to think about.
It is. Now, Canyon Del Oro has to go up against Micah Mountain. They're in the same division. So one of those two teams is going to just excel tremendously in the PowerPoints, and one of them is going to slide ever so slightly, because you're still going to get tremendous PowerPoints just from playing each other. Okay, Northwest Christian is number 4. Arcadia, who beat Coconino by 3 points, is sitting at number 5. They are 6-0 and the last of the undefeated teams. Buckeye is 5-1 at 6, and Arizona College Prep is 7. Eastmark, who is another 3A team that has come up, is sitting at 8 at 4-2. Thunderbird, the Titans, are doing well. They're playing well. They're 5-1. Lee Williams comes in at number 10 coming into this week's play. Bradshaw at 15, even though they have a loss to Coconino, because Coconino is 3-2, so they have 2 losses on their schedule, and they sit at 16, so they're the end of the bubble. So where do you go from there? Glendale, who is 3-2. Pauston Butte, who, by the way, beat Coconino by 3 points, is sitting at number 18, and they are 3-3. And then there's the Mingus Marauders, and the Mingus Marauders at 19 at 4-2. This is where it becomes difficult, because the Mingus Marauders have 3.5 power points. Coconino has 7.25 power points. That is a big power point difference between 19 and 16, and so the Mingus Marauders definitely need to come back in this game to win this one, to try to make up some of that ground to get into the bubble territory.
Yeah, most certainly, and that's why you hear a couple of these teams ranked higher than the Marauders, even though their record's not as good. It's because they're playing tougher teams that are beating their opponents. Well,
Yes, the Mingus Marauders unfortunately lost to number 24, Australia Foothills, lost to number 27, Mesquite. They're where they are because of their last-second victory over 3A powerhouse Lakeside Blue Ridge, who sits at number 8. Okay, Mingus's victories come against Copper Canyon 43, Deer Valley 44, and Flagstaff is the highest-ranked team that they have beaten at 37 in 4A, and then of course the 3A win as well. Meanwhile, Bradshaw has played number 2 and number 16, lost to both of those, and then their victories have come against number 22 Snowflake, number 28 St. Mary's, number 34 Moon Valley, and number 38 Apache Junction. But Apache Junction is 38 with a record of 1-5. That means that they're playing people that are really tough.
I'm going to guess, Jackie, that's the best 1-5 team in Arizona.
That very, very well could be, and I think Coach Dixon actually said that was the best 1-4 team that they had ever seen, and so that's really interesting. The team's starting to come back out on the field. When we come back here with the Longfellow Excavating halftime report, we're going to talk about halftime adjustments. What do both teams need to do here in the second half? We will return. The Bradshaw Bears leading the Mingus Marauders 28-0. We're back after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services throughout Yavapai County and Flagstaff. Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at goettlshdm.com. Providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettle's and go Marauders.
And back here at Bradshaw High School, the Mingus Marauders trailing 28-0 here at halftime. And so, my friend Nick, what do you think? What halftime adjustments? Let's start with Bradshaw. What halftime adjustments would you make for Bradshaw if you're Coach Young?
There's not too much. Your brain can kind of go in different directions with that. Bradshaw's playing really well. So I would say maybe clean up the penalties. I know they've gotten just a few penalties on them. I know they've put in the ball a couple bad snaps that they've had, so obviously some fine-tuning for Bradshaw, maybe. And otherwise, Jackie, right now, I believe after that first half, Bradshaw's got the momentum. They got the special teams column right now. They got the offensive column and defensive column.
4 penalties in the first half for 35 yards, so that's not horrible. Some of those were poorly timed. 2 of those penalties gave the Mingus Marauders first downs and extended drives. Mingus unable to take advantage of those. Now, the penalties are certainly one, and Bradshaw's been able to run the ball inside. They've been able to sweep to the outside, and they've been able to effectively throw the ball. They've only thrown the ball 4 times, but they've completed 3 of them, and so only 1 of them has been broken up by the Mingus Marauders out there. So if you're Mingus coming out here for the second half, what changes are you looking to make here for the Marauders?
Well, it's tough to call out changes. I would say it's more like having a goal, right? And offensively, I would say your goal is to get some points on the board. Getting points on the board is going to be clutch. It's going to swing some momentum, give you some confidence. You're going to do a lot. Defensively, maybe force a turnover. Get a big stop, a big 3 and out. Make Bradshaw punt the ball. Really, you're looking for a win. You're looking for a win, whether that's winning the offensive series or defensive series. Marauders have got to try to just get any points on the board and defensively come up with that big stop that we can get our offense back out and give us another chance.
So with that said, I'm thinking that Mingus has got to find a way to establish the ground game, because Mingus wants to throw the ball and has kind of felt like they haven't been able to establish that ground game. But if they can establish the ground game against Bradshaw here in the second half, I think that opens them up to being kind of a twofold offense once again. Defensively, each defense took the ball away once. The Mingus Marauders got a fumble recovery deep in their own territory, the only stop that they had for the Bradshaw Bears here in the first half, and then gave up an interception the last play of the first half, right, when it was more of a Hail Mary full of grace, kind of throw downfield anyway. So, with that said, I don't really count that as a major factor of it. I mean, it counts as a turnover, but that wasn't like a major game-changing turnover, right?
No, you're right. You're just trying to get points on the board, and there's only a few ticks left on the clock, so might as well throw it downfield, try to get points. So you're right. You can't count that against Stokes.
So here at halftime, we have the extended halftime because it is homecoming here for the Bradshaw Bears, the Mingus Marauders coming out. And obviously, I think the other thing that the Mingus Marauders have got to do is see if we can get some cleaner snaps. The Stokes has been reaching down too many times down at the shin level for the ball, and that's going to create disaster. You're not going to catch all of those, and we didn't in the first half. And some of those, when you get behind the sticks against a team like Bradshaw, it's going to be extremely hard. They pin their ears back and they come at you.
Yeah, that's the tough part about not getting the snap there is Bradshaw's getting in the backfield in just a couple seconds. They got some giant linebackers, big defensive line, so they're going to bust through that line of scrimmage. They're not going to be able to hold them off too long, so you're right. Any kind of a bobbled snap or a little bit of hesitation at the handoff or whatever is going to give Bradshaw that extra second to get pressure in the backfield.
Well, I thought Stokes threw the ball pretty well here in the first half. I really did. Yeah. He had 90 yards here in the first half. Had some perfect throws to Brudlin. 2 really good throws to Brudlin. Keeps trying to go to Camacho. Camacho's come down with one of them, but they keep trying to get him on a one-on-one situation. But it looks like Bradshaw is kind of on to that, and they're trying to double cover Camacho. So trying to get him open is going to be really helpful if the Mingus Marauders can do that. Now, Mingus will get the ball first here in the second half, which will certainly help, and they'll get maybe an extra possession out of this. But if they're going to get back into this one, I think the first drive of the second half is going to set the tone.
It's crucial. It's absolutely crucial that the Marauders can take this ball downfield, eat up a little bit of clock in this third quarter. 28-0 right now. Bears on top, but Marauders with a golden chance right now, receiving the kickoff to, like you said, Jackie, go downfield and get some points.
Willy Wonka time with the golden ticket, is that it?
That's it.
There's the kickoff. It is high. It comes down to the far side. It is taken, looks like the Mingus Marauders, and it's going to be Brulin. Brulin cuts up underneath, gets out close to the 30. Decent return for the Mingus Marauders, about 20 yards on the return, and Mingus will start there. See if they can impress their will in the trenches out here like they did against Flagstaff. Mingus controlled the trenches against Flagstaff, both offensively and defensively, without a problem.
Yeah, most certainly, and even with a lot of turnovers last week against the Eagles, Marauders still handled it really well. So that was a pretty formidable win they had, and yeah, sure, if they can have some drives like they had last week, we'd be right in this thing.
Mingus Marauders come out, and Stokes is going to be under center, hands it off. It's going to be Ralston. Ralston has some room to run, gets spun around, and then knocked out of bounds. Well out of bounds. Number 12 coming up at the tackle. Ralston with the good run as he will pick up the first down and then some. Let's see where they mark him. They're going to put him down at the 40. They're going to put him down at the 40, and that's going to be an 11-yard run. I said we got to establish the run, and Ralston does it right from the get-go.
Yeah, that's a great job by Ralston getting to the edge. Finally, the Marauders able to get out to the edge, and easy first down.
40-yard line now for a new set of chains for the Mingus Marauders. Just underway, second quarter action. If you're just joining us, the Bradshaw Bears up 28-0. And there is the handoff. Trying to wind his way through, runs into a gigantic bear hug. And I do mean that literally. And that's going to be De La Haye with the run, and he might get one out of it.
And that's just running into just some giant defensive linemen and linebackers for the Bears. And yeah, you're right, he was able to get one out of that.
41-yard line now. The wind blowing from left to right across the field, right into the face of the Mingus Marauders. Not strong, about 5 miles an hour. Getting a little cooler out here at Bradshaw, and we have motion everywhere. The question is they're going to call it against the Mingus Marauders. Saw motion running everywhere out there. People bouncing.
Yeah, and that was a couple of the Marauders. I saw a couple of the linemen there. Camacho on the edge. Everybody just a little bit too antsy.
Second and interesting. They made it a 6-yard penalty. Yeah, there we go. That's a 5-yard penalty. Thank you.
So like earlier, they moved it back a half yard.
Second and 14. Mingus behind the chains once again. Bears showing blitz. There's the snap. Stokes takes it and throws, has a man, and diving for it right at the 40-yard line is going to be Ralston. He's going to pick up the penalty yards and get back to the 40-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Marauders getting some positive yards through the air again. Like I said, and then we talked halftime about getting the running game started, and Ralston able to jumpstart this offensive series, but Stokes right back to his air game, which, like we talked about, he's been playing well.
He was open. If he didn't have to dive for it, I wonder what he would have been able to kind of get around the corner on. First reception of the second half out here. First completion by Stokes. And it is a running play. Brulin looking to get around the corner and actually trips up on the turf. And got tackled by the little black pebbles out there, bringing up a 4th and 8. Picks up 2 yards out to about the 41-yard line. No, they're only going to give him 1. And Mingus might have to punt here with 9:57 left to go in quarter number 3.
And if you were able to watch on your screen there, VVTV showed the replay, Jackie, that was actually evidence of the turf monster. He exists.
He does. 3 runs, and there's the snap. It's going to be a kick, and it's going to be a good kick, and that's not going to take a great bounce, but it'll go out of bounds somewhere close to the 20, out to about the 23-yard line. An effective punt by the Mingus Marauders and Stokes, and the Bradshaw Bears will take over at the 23-yard line.
And here's a golden opportunity for the defense to come out. And like I said, keys to the second half for us was offensively getting points. We couldn't get that done. So defensively, it's about getting that ball back. No matter if you gotta force a turnover here, a 3-and-out, any way you can. Marauders have got to get the ball back from the Bears.
Mingus turns around to play defense. Most of the same players turn around to play defense. Of course, Mingus not real thick in the number of players. Quarterback under center, puts a man in motion. That's going to be Ricketts with the ball. Ricketts, and a flag flies. Taking the legs out there for the Mingus Marauders is going to be Moody. Ricketts gets up and he's limping. So he took a little bit of a shot here, but we are going to have a penalty, and it's going to be a chop block against the Bears. And that is going to be an expensive one. That should be a 15-yarder.
And real fortunate for the Marauders, and it's penalties like that Marauders have got to see defensively and think, okay, it's a little bit of momentum right now. The Bears have got to go much further than before, so it opens up the playbook a little bit defensively. You can maybe send some pressure up there, play a little bit more zone.
So they do half the distance to the goal, which puts the ball at the 12-yard line.
That's a big penalty.
So it didn't do the full 15 yards, so it ends up like 1st and 20 now. So it ends up as a 10-yard penalty, and they will run the ball again. Good defensive play for the Mingus Marauders as they'll take Ricketts down quickly. Or was that Monday with the ball? And no real gain on the play.
Yeah, Marauders defensive line doing a nice job. Linebacker core able to get to the edge, not let the Bears get the edge. And, well, you know we're going to see a lot of rushing in the second half. The Bears did mostly rushing, and that's going to eat up a lot of clock, and that's exactly what Bradshaw wants to do.
2nd and 20 now. No gain on the play, so let's see if the Mingus Marauder defense can take advantage. Quarterback under center, puts a man in motion, and runs into his own man and goes down, as it looked like it was going to be kind of an option play, and Ricketts ran into the quarterback and knocked him down. And that is going to be a no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 20. So Mingus needs to stay away from the yellow flag bug and see if they can get their first stop here, actually second stop. They got a turnover, a fumble recovery in the first half. 2 receivers, 1 receiver to either side, and then a wing formation. Mingus is looking like they're going man with 1 man in the backfield, and they are going to hand it off. Mingus will tackle him by the ball, but he keeps going, rumbles and stumbles out for a decent gain of about 7, and that's going to be Ricketts. Ricketts is playing pinball with the Mingus Marauders. He's the ball. And his helmet comes off, and I wonder if that means that he's going to have to step out for a play. And you can see Mingus wrapped him up there, and then he kept going, and then he gets another extra 4 yards out there. But lining up for the punt with a 4th and long are the Bears. Mingus is looking to get the ball back. Punt formation, there's a snap, good snap. The kick is up, and it will take a bounce, and it'll be picked up by Camacho. Camacho across the 50, inside the 40, to the 30. He's got a blocker, down to the 20, and then out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Phenomenal field position as the Mingus Marauders are right at the edge of they mark it at the 21-yard line. They haven't been to the red zone yet, but it could be.
Yeah, and just a phenomenal return by Camacho. You see the big punt there, and it takes a really nice bounce right up to Camacho's hands, and he's able to pull it down, and, man, he's a baller. He just puts 1 juke on, and he's able to get to the sidelines, and a huge gain off that, giving the Marauders a great chance.
And then he fumbled the ball out of bounds right at the very end, but he was out of bounds when he fumbled. So 1st and 10 for the Mingus Marauders, their greatest opportunity of the game so far. 6:56 left to go, quarter number 3. Mingus with the ball, trying to get the goose egg off the scoreboard, trailing 28-0. Stokes is going to run it. He's got blockers out in front of him. He cuts up underneath, and there go flags. Litter flies everywhere, and it comes right down at the 20-yard line. And if that goes against the Mingus Marauders, that's going to be expensive.
And I love Isaiah Latham on that one, Jack. You see him just point right at the flag. Is that me? Is that me? No.
Holding against the Mingus Marauders. And it's going to be right at the 21-yard line. Penalties racking up. Mingus now at 70 yards of penalties. And that puts a 1st and 20 as they mark the ball at the 31-yard line.
Well, I would take the stretch check. Yeah, I think the Marauders are one of the more penalized teams in 4A.
That could be. That's not a category that they actually track with the AIA or Max Preps. Mingus, wing formation. Stokes steps back, looks to throw the ball, and has to get rid of it. Throws the ball and throws the ball out of bounds. He was out of the pocket, so he throws it away. Had no chance at a receiver down there.
No, that's kind of a coverage sack, if you will. I mean, he just didn't have anybody open, so he's running towards the sidelines, and I mean, that's a smart play. The Bears were starting to crash in on Stokes, so he just throws it right out.
2nd and 20 from the 31-yard line. 6:30 left to go in quarter number 3. And they have not set the ball yet. We have an official timeout And the white hat is sending the teams back to their sides, going, go away, go away. And we're going to talk to the captains. So this is going to be a conversation. So normally what happens in this kind of a situation is where the referees are talking to each of the captains going, okay, listen, we don't like something that's going on here. Maybe it's verbal, maybe it's a little physical, maybe it's late, maybe it's whatever, but this is where, we're going to reconvene and remember that we're going to try to play with sportsmanship kind of a thing. I believe that's what that conversation was. Now, I'm going on a line, I'm only guessing. I don't know.
No, that's a good speculation. And then you saw the handshake there at the end.
Wing formation by the Mingus Marauders, and the quarterback looks to throw, jumps over a man, and then falls down as he gets sacked back at the 37-yard line as he leaps over one of his offensive linemen that had gotten knocked down. And that's going to bring up third and seriously long, 3rd and 27.
And boy, unfortunately, the Marauders with their best chance of the night field position-wise after a wonderful punt return by Camacho have just backed themselves up. And now, there you go. After the refs kind of talk to the captains, there's an unsportsmanlike going against the Marauders. I didn't quite see a number, but like you said, it can be verbal too. They're listening to what players might be yelling out there.
And that's going to make it 3rd and half a field.
Wow.
3rd and 52. So they got to get to the 10-yard line. And the ball sits at the Mingus Marauder 47-yard line. So it's 3rd and 43.
So we need the Blue Ridge Special.
Yes, the Blue Ridge Special. There you go. There's a snap. It's going to be a pitch, and it's going to be a throw downfield, and they're going for, one man covered by 8 Bears. It's going to be Leckington. He got his hands on it, but couldn't bring it in. Mingus goes with the Brulin trickery pass, halfback option out there, and falls unfortunately to the turf. Mingus wouldn't have had a first down, but I've never actually seen coverage like that. 6 Bears covering Leckington in the secondary out there. So 4th and 43, and one would think that maybe they're going to punt. There's the punt, and it's going to go out of bounds. Not pick up an awful lot of yardage out there. We're going to see where they're going to mark it. And obviously you do want to kick it out of bounds, but not that directly. And it is going to be first down for the Bears at approximately the 41-yard line. So the punt effectively 14 yards out there with 5:51 left to go. And Mingus had the ball at the 21-yard line, and now they've turned it over to the Bears after the punt at the Bears' 41-yard line. So that did not go the Mingus Marauders' way at all. And here come the Bradshaw Bears with a new set of downs. There's the snap. They hand it off, and losing the ball on the ground. And it's going to be, is it Choate that comes up with it? And it's Mingus Marauder ball. Mingus comes back and gets the ball back just like that as Choate comes up with the fumble recovery. And I think it was Ricketts that did not get a clean handle on the ball.
Yeah, most certainly was. And you just saw the replay there. Just didn't get the handoff. And a nice job by big Nick Choate to jump right on top of that. Easy turnover, takeaway for the Marauders. And I love that big Nick Choate just stands up and he knows that he's going to be on offense, so he goes right back to the huddle.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Yep, I don't even have to jog to the sideline. Here's the snap. Mingus will hand it off. Berlin finds a lane to the outside, gets around the corner somewhat, and inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. Good gain on first down of at least 6.
Yeah, in this second half, we've seen some good offensive plays. We just, I like what you used earlier, the penalty bug. We can stay away from that. I think the offense is starting to click right now. That's a great first down play. I mean, you're leaving yourself with second and really short. Obviously, that's manageable. Opens up the playbook for almost anything. 7 officially. That is the best run of the day for the Mingus Marauders. Wing formation.
Three backs in the backfield. They give it to the second back, and trying to find a way is Brulin. Brulin winds his way in and then out and then in and then back out again. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gains one. I'm not sure. It depends on the mark.
He's kind of like sewing through the defense. He's going in and out and trying to find, you see Latham and Ralston, they got to the edge, but the Bears just got to Brulin before he could get there.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 3 now from the Bears' 32-yard line. Mingus needs a first down here to try to get some momentum going. 4:27 left to go on the clock. Mingus still trailing 28-0. Here at homecoming for the Bradshaw Bears. Stokes is under center. There's the snap. They give it to Brulin. Brulin drives his way forward, and that was a good play, and that should be close enough for a first down. They're going to stop the clock and move the chains. There we go. First down at the 29-yard line out there for Seth Brulin.
Yeah, well-deserved. Love to see it. That's what the Marauders want to do right there. Move the chains into Bradshaw territory, and that's got to give your offensive line some positive momentum, and that's you got to start building your confidence. Get some points on the board. The Marauders are really close.
Leckington comes back out. I know that he's playing kind of dinged up out there. Ralston comes in. You got Wallowitz out there playing tight end, and there is the snap, and it looks like Mingus Marauders are going to throw, and they do throw, and then getting out of bounds, it goes to Ralston, but close to the first down marker. Let's see where they're going to mark it. And they're going to put it back at the 21-yard line. This is as close to the red zone as we have been, and we've been here a couple of times. 7 yards on the reception out there to Ralston.
Yep, and a nice job by the offensive line. A couple of pulling guards, giving Rain Stokes some good protection back there. Plenty of time, and he finds Ralston. We've seen that connection a couple times tonight.
Second reception. He's got 2 for 12 yards, and he looks to throw again, and he is in trouble, and he will get sacked. He'll get sacked deep out to the 36-yard line. Mingus just has an aversion to that 21-yard line.
And that's tough. Stokes is scrambling out to the sidelines, and you can see Bowers on the block out there, but just kind of blocks him kind of right into Stokes as he's getting over to the sideline. So that's just a tough break, and to be honest, just a nice job by holding on to the ball by Stokes, because the way he went down, he was obviously trying to throw that ball, and it didn't work.
So a big loss of 15 yards, and he's got to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to run, tries to get to the outside. He does, takes on a tackler, and picks up good yardage back out to about the 21-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down. No, they're going to mark him out at the 25, but that's going to bring 4th and about 7, and you got to imagine Mingus is going to go for it.
Yeah, I would think so, and nice job by Stokes. Way to step up into the pocket. He's done that really well tonight. Steps up there, doesn't see anybody, and that's a great play. I mean, you went from being way behind the sticks to now a 4th down and manageable.
4th and 7 for the Mingus Marauders. Trying to get into the red zone for the first time. 2:15 left to go on the clock. Wing formation, 1 back or 1 receiver. Stokes steps back, looks to throw, has trouble, gets hit, and does throw the ball. It's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. He gets hit in the back as he is releasing the ball, and just didn't quite get it out of that pocket quick enough. 2:05 left to go. That's going to be a turnover on downs, and Bradshaw take over at their own 25-yard line.
And you see the replay there. Stokes looked like he had a target that he wanted to throw to. It was either that or a pump fake by Stokes, but as soon as he takes the ball back in that second, Bradshaw able to get right behind him.
Here come the Bears. Mingus needs to try to get another turnover. They got 1, and they run right up the middle, and they're going to gain about 4. So back to old school trap they go. And there is the pile. Choke getting up off the bottom of the pile. 2nd and 6.
As the Marauders defense, you would expect to see quite a bit of rushing from the Bears just to run this clock. The Bears do have a significant lead.
Tight formation out there. Quarterback under center. puts a man in motion, and it comes to the outside, pitches, and the ball is on the ground, and the Bears cover it. That is the second pitch that has not gone well for the Bears. They do cover it up close to the line of scrimmage, and the fumble covered by the quarterback. How about that?
Yeah, super good job by Leckington. Leckington was the only man out there, and the quarterback's playing cat and mouse with him, right? Like, am I going to pitch it? Am I not going to pitch it? Leckington's playing it really, really well. Makes the quarterback pitch it last second, and that's what causes just a bad pitch.
Giggy to the near side, the tight end, comes out to a receiver position. Spread formation now for the Bradshaw Bears at 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, they throw, and it's broken up by the Mingus Marauders. Good defense out there by Leckington, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Mingus with another potential stop out here, and should get the ball back. 39 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Now, the last time that Camacho got a punt return, he took it down to the 21-yard line. He's going to go step back at the inside about his own 35 as Bradshaw looks to punt. And a strange formation out here as Bradshaw separates out everybody, and it is going to be a punt. It is deep, it is high, and Camacho will take it at his own 30-yard line, trying to get to the outside. He's at the 40, goes around the corner, and then out of bounds right at about the 50-yard line. That was a strange formation. The entire right side of the offensive line moved out about 6 or 7 yards. What was that all about?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of trickery. I haven't seen that too often, and if you noticed, when the punter caught that snap, he tucked it like he was going to run. So he fake tucked it and then kicked it downfield. And Camacho with just another wonderful return.
Well, Camacho gets the ball into Bears territory at the 49-yard line. So a 21-yard punt return by Camacho. See if Mingus can take advantage of being on the Bears side of the ball, or Bears side of the field here. Spread formation, and they're going to run it with De La Haye. De La Haye has some room, bounces off some Bears, and then leans forward, gets knocked forward up toward the 40-yard line. That should be a gain of about 9.
And all of a sudden, the rushing's starting to come together for the Marauders, and it's really crucial here that we can get some points on the board. I feel like the offense is playing slightly better than we did that first half, especially on the ground. Right now, crucially, just to get some points on the board.
Timeout on the field. We're going to take a break with them. No, I'm sorry. It's not a timeout. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bradshaw Bears leading the Mingus Marauders 28-0. Mingus with the ball. We'll return after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
And we're back here for the 4th quarter, and the Mingus Marauders second back through, and Bruland just gets mauled behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to show him as a loss of about 3, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6, maybe 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and playbook's pretty open here for Coach Montebias and the Marauders. Like I said, their offense is starting to click now. It'd be wonderful to get another first down. Obviously, if you want any chance of winning this game with just 1 quarter left, you are going to have to execute and score every time you have the ball.
Probably may not want to punt either. Spread formation. Camacho's all the way at the top for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap, and it is behind Stokes. Stokes is going to go lay on it and then gets hit. And there is the penalty. Gets hit in the helmet after he had gone down on the ground. And obviously the Bear is talking about how he was trying to dive for the ball, but Stokes had clearly picked up the ball and laid on it. And so that's going to be the best fumble that Stokes has had. I mean, a snap went right by him. He had no chance to get that snap.
No, and will this end up being a first down? Because that would be a pretty crazy event there.
Well, I think with the personal foul, it becomes an automatic first down, doesn't it?
Boy, you know that Bradshaw coaching staff is going to be talking to that young man saying, hey, look, now they got a first down. Just hold off a little bit.
Third first down by penalty for the Mingus Marauders. 60 penalty yards against the Bradshaw Bears as they mark it off from the original line of scrimmage. So Mingus has first down at the 32-yard line of the Bradshaw Bears.
And just a scoring update in 4A. I know we were going over them rankings. Right now, the Paulston Butte Broncos are up over Snowflake 20-16 at the end of the third.
Ooh, close one. Shotgun for Stokes. Spread formation. One back in the backfield. Steps back. Looks to throw. Throws. Has it tipped away. Giggy tips it away. And Camacho had an opportunity. It was intended for him. Rolston was out on a pattern as well as Bruland, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line.
And Marauders huddled up here, not in a rush to get a play off, and you know, I support that. You don't need to go hurry up. I mean, these next offensive series, you may want to go hurry up, but right now it's crucial that you get points on the board first.
Sorry, 29-yard line. There's the snap. Stokes takes it, throws it to the outside, and getting good yardage, and then knocked out of bounds is going to be Wallowitz. That should stop the clock. And Wallowitz, hard to say the opposing announcers having trouble with Wallowitz. I understand that. And that is going to be a 7-yard gain out there. Second reception by Wallowitz. He had one right at the end of the first half. Picks up his second here in the fourth quarter.
And third and really, really short here for the Marauders, able to open up the playbook.
3rd and 3, run formation, and here comes the run. Good blocking downfield, and great job by Latham. Gets out there and blocks for Bruland. Bruland picks up the first down and then some.
Yeah, just follow the big guys to the promised land. If Bruland could have kept his feet there, Jackie, he'd have been in the end zone. He was really close. Just kind of had to hop over a couple down players. If he didn't have to do that, he had a clear shot at the end zone. But nonetheless, a first down and a great series here for the Marauders offense.
The Mingus Marauders at the 14-yard line. First trip to the red zone out here for the Mingus Marauders. And there is the snap and a run up the middle, and it's going to be De La Haye into the end zone. Touchdown. Little bit of trickery. Great job by Stokes. He fooled just about everybody, and De La Haye took the inside handoff to the promised land, and Mingus gets on the board 28-6. Fourth quarter, 10:43 left to go.
And doing it with the rushing game, right? What a kudos go to your offensive line. The Marauders, the first half, struggling on the offensive rushing side, and boy, they're really turning it around. Great adjustments by the coaching staff, and the rushing for the Marauders has turned on this second half.
Hernandez comes out for the extra point for the Mingus Marauders. No scoring in quarter number 3. Camacho is the holder. Hernandez kicks this one up, and it is good. 28-7. Mingus with the kickoff. I wonder if we might have an onside when we return after this.
When you're looking for a plumber, no matter the job, call D-Best Plumbing. From energy-saving tankless water systems to whatever remodel project you have in mind, from the simple to the exotic, D-Best Plumbing prides themselves on quality workmanship and efficiency. For honest and fair prices and plumbing problems done right the first time, call D-Best Plumbing at 928-567-8755 or find them online at d-bestplumbing.com.
The Mingus Marauders get on the board here in the fourth quarter. Bring it to a 3-score game, 28-7. Stokes looking to kick off. Bradshaw in a regular setup, and Stokes will kick it deep, and it'll be taken at about the 11-yard line. Mingus trying to cover up, coming to the near side, finding some running room, and then out to the outside, and then cutting back. A good return out there. A takedown by the Mingus Marauders, more of a trip up, and a very good return. Getting a hand or a leg on the running back, or returner was Jackson Peck, I think, wearing number 18 out there. It's going to be a good starting position as Bradshaw will start at the 41-yard line.
And Jackie got another great scoring update. Mesquite Wildcats, who the Marauders lost to early in the season, up against the Arcadia Titans, 17-14 in the beginning of the fourth.
Ooh, that could upset the 4A. There's the snap. They hand it off, and it's going to be Monday. Monday cuts up underneath and finds some running room. It is off to the races, and it's going to be Moody trying to get to him, and he makes him fumble, and then out comes a flag. And Moody does make the tackle. However, we may get a face mask against the Mingus Marauders at the end of that play. They mark it down to, is it?
It's going to be on the Bears.
It's going to be on the Bears. That could be interesting. So they mark it at the 20-yard line. Now, if they mark 15 yards off from there, it's still going to be a first down because they started at the 41-yard line. 39 yards on the run by Monday.
Yeah, and you got to see a great shot by our camera crew there of the face mask. Monday just trying to stiff arm out there and just literally grabs all face mask. I mean, Bradshaw's still going to keep a lot of that yardage that they got.
Well, they mark it back 15. They give them the first down because 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage in play. 10:22 left to go in the game. Mingus trailing 28-7. And the back judge threw his hat at the 26-yard line. So that's going to be really interesting. And the Mingus Marauders are backing up.
Yeah, interesting here.
12 men on the field for the Mingus Marauders.
But the ball wasn't snapped yet. Well, this is interesting here. You got Coach Montebaez obviously wanting an explanation.
Oh, whoa, that was not 12 men on the field. That's a 5-yard penalty. This is a 15-yard mark-off that puts it back at the 20-yard line.
And Coach Montebaez out there with the headlinesman getting the explanation.
Well, that's going to be costly. So an automatic first down without having to snap the ball, and Mingus is at an even 100 yards in penalty yardage for the game. And here come the Bears right at the edge of the red zone. There's the snap. They give it to the big man. Big man hit, and then hit again, and then hit again. And taking down at about the 19-yard line as he falls forward for about a yard.
Yeah, stand tall, defensive line. It's a great job. Choate out there. You see Jordan Watson out there as well. Jahir Hernandez, all the big guys for the Marauders getting a hit down there. That's awesome, and that gives the Bears no yardage on that.
Ricketts is so strong, though. I mean, you hit him 4 times, and then he goes down. 2 receivers set out here. Actually, 3 receivers, 2 to the top side, and there is the handoff. Ricketts will run up the middle, and he will rumble stumble for decent yardage. He'll get inside down to about the 15-yard line, so give him 5 on the run, bringing up 3rd and 5 from the Mingus Marauder 15.
And boy, gut check time for the Marauders. You want any chance of climbing back in this game, down 28-7? It is crucial here that you come up with a huge stop.
Coach Young and the Bears taking their time, huddling up. In the beginning of the game, they were in hurry-up offense. Now they're certainly milking the clock. 3rd and 5, certainly 4-down territory out here for the Bradshaw Bears. Quarterback under center and will look to hand off. No, throws the ball down the field, and there comes the flag. Camacho ran into the would-be receiver out there, not intentionally. The question is whether or not that was even catchable, but the flag sits in the end zone, and if that goes against the Mingus Marauders, that will be half the distance to the goal.
And it looked like, and you see Camacho trying to argue his case there, it looked like Camacho was just trying to make a play on the ball, and like you said, ran over the wide receiver.
Well, you can't get to the ball through the receiver. That you can't do. And he was also pushing himself off like he, didn't want to try to run into him. So they put the ball at the 7-yard line, and an automatic first down out there for the Bradshaw Bears, 14th penalty for the Mingus Marauders. And here is a run to the near side, down to and near the goal line, down to the 1. So a gain of 7. Second and goal out there for the Bradshaw Bears, already leading 28-7. They go into the huddle, they come back out. Gigi's going to go to the far side. Has one receiver to the near side, 3 backs in the backfield. Quarterback up under center, looks to take the snap, 1 man in motion. They hand it to the big guy who steps into the end zone, and then gets hit by Camacho. And that's going to be a touchdown with 8:02 left to go. 34-7 out there as the 2-yard touchdown by Ricketts. Gabriel picks up the touchdown. That's his 2nd in the game.
Yeah, and just a nice job by the Bears to answer the Marauders. Like you said, no scoring in the 3rd quarter. The Marauders open the scoring up in the 4th quarter, getting the goose egg off, and the Bears answer.
Penalties played a big role on this one. Extra point coming. There's the snap, a bad snap, and it goes off of the goal post, and then caught by Camacho. So would you consider that a rebound? So Camacho gets a rebound. Where's that stat? We're going to look for that stat. 8:02 left to go. Mingus trailing 34-7. The extra point no good. Kickoff coming up right after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Well, the Mingus Marauders looking to get the ball back with 8:02 left to go, trailing 34-7. So Mingus is going to have to score often, quickly, and lots. Popped up. It's going to be a short kickoff, taking it about the 18-yard line. Here come the Mingus Marauders, trying to the outside. Goes Brulin. Brulin cuts back in, finds a lane. Oh, there was a hole there that closed just at the last moment. Brulin was trying to sneak through, and had he done that, that could have been a special teams touchdown right there. That one was close.
Yeah, he was so close. That's a shoelace tackle, or maybe the turf monster that has made an appearance tonight.
Yeah, yes, he definitely has. There's no doubt about that. Mingus is still a decent return as they get the ball back to the 40-yard line. So they've got 60 yards to go with 7:56 left to go in this one. Mingus will go with a spread formation. Got Ralston and Wallowitz to the near side. And here comes the blitz, and the Mingus Marauders hand off. De La Haye finds his way through, somehow avoids Gigi, and is able to get forward for a little bit of yardage out of that one. That was pure magic.
Yeah, it really was. Nice vision there by Colby. It's a nice juke and break tackle to make something out of nothing. Looked like he was going to be down for a tackle for loss. And Jackie, I got another update on that Boston Butte Broncos and Snowflake game. Snowflake has taken a 10-point lead over Boston Butte, 30-20 now.
How about that?
couple good games going on for it.
Wing formation, one receiver for the Mingus Marauders. And there is the counter coming for the Mingus Marauders. A good job defending it out there by the Bradshaw Bears. It'll pick up a couple.
And boy, it's crucial here that the Marauders can at least move the sticks. You don't need that giant play right away, but you've at least got to get the sticks moving.
3rd and 7 now for the Mingus Marauders. Spread formation once again. There's the snap, high snap, and it looks like Stokes is going to run. He's going to take it himself, tries to get to the outside, turns the corner, gets past the 50, gets the first down, and pushes the ball into Bradshaw territory out to about the 45-yard line.
Wow, Stokes got the arm, the leg, and the wheels. Able to get to the outside, beat all the Bears. Looked like a couple of the Bears had a good angle on him, and Stokes showcasing his speed as a quarterback.
47-yard line, the new line of scrimmage out there. Stokes still picks up 11 on the play. Trying to get some of that yardage back.
Marauders obviously huddled up right now. They're taking their time. They want to make sure they execute well. Like we've been talking about, you absolutely have to go down and get more points.
And we got a timeout. Mingus is going to take a timeout. 1st and 10 at the Bradshaw 47-yard line, trying to dig into this lead. 6:31 left to go in the game. We'll take a quick break. We're back after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Mingus trying to catch up the score here. They got a lot of scoring left to do here if they're going to get back into this one. Trailing 34-7 with 6:31 left to go in the game.
Yeah, and at this point, you have to score on all your possessions. I mean, you've got to get points each time you have the ball.
So the question is whether or not Bradshaw has been blitzing every time Mingus has gone into a spread formation. And if that's the case, does that mean the middle of the field is open? Showing blitz once again are the Bradshaw Bears. They step out of it. Stokes steps back, throws the ball, comes to the near side, and it's caught by Camacho. Camacho tackled by the helmet down at the 41-yard line. And that's a horrible spot. They put him at the 43-yard line.
Ouch.
So that's going to gain a 5.
That is interesting. It's definitely behind where Camacho was on the field. And then there was a flag in the middle of this. So let's see what the flag in the middle of the play was.
And it's going to go against the Bradshaw Bears. I think it had to do with the fact that he got tackled by the helmet. You're not allowed to try to take somebody's head off, are you?
No, and Camacho was making that known when he was getting up. He's giving the ref the signal, hey, did you see that? That was all helmet.
I was making it known. What do you mean? That's the second reception for Camacho out there. Only gets 5 on the reception, but gets 15 more on the penalty. Mingus over 100 yards in penalties. Bradshaw at 90. Holy cow. Here come the Mingus Marauders. Stokes throws it up, going for Camacho. Camacho is thrown out of bounds, and it's intercepted, and it's coming back the other way, still on his feet, and then finally tackled at about the 22-yard line. Camacho, the intended receiver, was actually hit out of bounds, pushed out of bounds at the 12-yard line, and the ball came down to kind of where the play was supposed to go. And it's going to be a turnover here for the Bradshaw Bears. I'm not sure that they saw the contact with Camacho out there. And it'll be the second interception of the game, and they'll take over at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, and Coach Montebaez addressing what we saw down here, which was Camacho, clearly got shoved out of bounds, and So obviously there was no one there but the Bears to make a play on the ball.
Well, it makes it really easy to intercept the ball that way.
Sure does.
When there's no competition. Bears with the ball, they will hand it off, and it's going to be Jackson going the opposite way. Mingus will contain him for a short gain, maybe one. Trying to go off tackle the opposite direction. Well, that's going to give the Bears, if nothing else, an opportunity to run clock.
Yeah, and the Bears have a golden chance here because since they're so far downfield, only 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the game. And a couple first downs could end this thing. So the Marauders defense just, desperate. They got to be clawing for that ball, trying to force a turnover here.
2nd and 9, you got to still make sure you tackle the person. 2nd and 9 from the 23-yard line. They put a back way back in the backfield, and they hand it to the first man through, who finds a hole and is able to get up across the 30-yard line, close to a first down. That could be a first down. That is going to be a new runner out there. And it looks like they are going to move the chains at the 32-yard line.
And that's just the Bears, grunting ground game. They're just good. They play hard-nosed football. That's head coach Bob Young's style. You're going to run it right down your throats, and the Bears doing a good job of that all night.
Wing formation, man in motion, and they're going to hand to the near side. A sweep coming this direction, and the Mingus Marauders push it out of bounds, and running the ball is number 3, hit well out of bounds. Number 3 is going to be Sean Hughes, and he'll get out to about the 39-yard line. That's a good gain on first down.
And the only positive about that for the Marauders is he did go out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock.
Gain of 7 officially by the announcer here at Bradshaw on homecoming. 4:27 left to go. Bradshaw leading 34-7 over the Mingus Marauders, and they hand it to the first. No, the quarterback's going to keep it. Getting around the corner, and he's got to beat Felix. Felix will tackle him, but not before he gets the first down and then some into Mingus Marauder territory at the 48-yard line. So 13 yards on the scramble there for the quarterback. And Bruce Normandin does a great job calling his number. He now has 9 yards rushing the ball here in this one. Mingus Marauders, a lot of wholesale changes out there, bringing in different players. 4 minutes left to go. First down, a new set of chains for the Bradshaw Bears, and they hand it off, and Ricketts finds his way through and rumbles and stumbles for another first down inside the Mingus Marauder 40. And is that Ricketts?
And he's just about at the first down. Oh, yep, and they're going to give him the first. So he's right there. And boy, the Bears just imposing their will. This is a really good rushing game that head coach Bob Young has put together at the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. And like we talked about in the pregame, them getting blown out by Coconino last week, I'm sure lit a fire under the Bears.
That's going to be Crane with the run, and he will run again and try the right-hand side, get covered up on the sweep. Short gain of about 2. Crane gets back-to-back rushes out there, wearing number 11.
And being tackled inbounds is going to keep the clock going. We're just about at 3 minutes, and Bradshaw's super happy with the rushing game here because they're just able to eat that clock.
Well, rushing has been successful here. 244 yards on the ground so far unofficially for the Bradshaw Bears. They come out in an I formation and look to snap the ball. It goes to the first back, and that's going to be Crane. Crane gets covered up. A good run, though, past the 30 inside the 29-yard line. That is going to bring up 3rd and short, maybe 3rd and 1, maybe 2 out there. See if the Mingus Marauders can stiffen up here and get another chance to get the ball back.
Yeah, it's looking like a victory is near impossible. However, as an offense, you want to get some more points on the board.
3rd and officially 1 on the scoreboard with the ball at the 29-yard line. Sweep coming this way and getting a big hit out there by the Mingus Marauders. And 2 Marauders converge on the ball carrier, and he does not pick up the first down. So Hughes gets no gain on the play.
Yeah, love to see the fight. Nice job, Latham and Machado. Couple key players for the Marauders coming up. That's a huge defensive play, and gotta love it. That's a lot of fight down there.
4th and 1. This could be the ball game with 1:38 left to go, and the quarterback keeper jumps through, but the flag comes out, and it's going to be an illegal motion. That's going to stop the clock. They're going to make it 4th and 6 now, and the Mingus Marauders might get another offensive chance here. Mingus making all sorts of defensive changes out there. They're going to mark it off. Both teams see 95 yards of penalties here for the Bradshaw Bears. 100 yards of penalties for the Mingus Marauders. See if the Mingus Marauders can come up with a stop here on 4th and 6. Tight formation for the Bradshaw Bears. Man in motion. They hand it to the first man through, and Calandra gets a hold of him, and it's going to be a stop. The Mingus Marauders stop the progression at the 30-yard line, and the runner will pick up about 2, but Mingus will get a first down with 1:09 left to go with the turnover at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely love to see the fight and the pride in the Marauders there. With just just about a minute and 9 seconds on the clock, and it gives your offense one more chance to add some stats to their season and get some points on the board tonight. A few more points, I should say.
Throwing the ball, Mingus has got 114 yards in the air, and on the ground, 52 yards so far. Tight formation, one receiver out there for the Mingus Marauders, and they do run the ball. They run it up the middle, and De La Haye falls forward across the 32-yard line for a short gain of about 2.
And I don't think we're going to see any kind of hurry up or anything from the Marauders here. It's like a little bit wiser just to huddle up, make sure everybody knows exactly what play, what count, and you just try to execute to the best of your ability, especially tick it down with just 40 seconds left. Ball safety, you don't want to drop it. With Bradshaw, you don't want to throw an interception. You don't want to give the other team points. You're trying to get a few more points if you can.
Wing formation for the Mingus Marauders. Putting man in motion. They hand it off to Machado. Machado going around the corner. Gets past the 35, inside the 40, cross and out to the 50. A good gain. 21 seconds left to go, and he will pick up 18 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that's just an excellent job by Machado. I haven't seen him carry it too much, and he does a really nice job getting to the edge and making a cut move upfield.
Good sweep out there for the Mingus Marauders. Clock continues to roll after they set the clock. Could be the final play of the game here. Bradshaw just might win this one, leading 34-7 with 6 seconds left to go in the game. Mingus trying to get a playoff, and man in motion, and they're going to blow it dead. They're going to say that they ran out of time and Mingus did not get the playoff. So zeros on the clock except for the scores. Bradshaw wins that category by a score of 34-7. We will take a break and come back for the Ghetto's High Desert Mechanical postgame show coming up after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Back here at Bradshaw, the Bears are victorious here on homecoming over the Mingus Marauders, a score of 34-0. It was 34-7 rather. It was 28-0 at halftime. 9:52 left to go. A 1-yard dive by Normandin, the quarterback for the Bradshaw Bears, and he put his squad up on top. 1:49 left to go first quarter. A 2-yard plunge by Ricketts, his first of 2 touchdowns in the game. A 9-yard sweep by Monday is his first touchdown, and that was late in the second quarter. And then with 34 seconds left to go, even later in the second quarter, a 35-yard reception from Normandin, and that made it 28-0 here at halftime. In the fourth quarter, the Bradshaw Bears would score first with a 14-yard inside handout, or the Mingus Marauders would score first with 10:43 left to go, an inside handoff to De La Haye, and the extra point by Hernandez was good, and it was 28-7. Bradshaw would drive the field with 8:02 left to go, and then Ricketts with a 2-yard run, getting the touchdown. 34-7 is the final score as the extra point doinked off of the goal post and was not good. I think that's an official term. He doinked off the goal post.
I like the rebound stat. I'm trying to give Camacho a rebound.
I did give him a rebound. I put it right there. There's the rebound. We're going to go through individual stats. We're going to take a break here from Bradshaw High School. We'll return for individual stats coming up right after this.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services throughout Yavapai County and Flagstaff. Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at goettlshdm.com. Providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettle's and go Marauders. Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
And back here at Bradshaw High School, once again, the homecoming Bears victorious over the Mingus Marauders by a score of 34-7. Bruce Normandin throwing the ball very efficient, ended up 3 for 4, 79 yards. Didn't throw the ball in the second half. And overall, they had 5 attempted passes, but 79 yards in the air. On the ground, 253 yards. Ricketts unofficially 90 yards on 18 carries out there. Normandin had 9 yards on 6 carries. Monday was very efficient with 109 yards on 12 carries, including a 39-yard scamper and a touchdown on the ground and in the air. But overall, 253 yards on the ground for the Bradshaw Bears. For the Mingus Marauders, here today, Stokes ended up with 114 yards, 18 attempts out there, 2 interceptions, and the one came right at the end of the first half, and that really wasn't much of a turnover. And then the second one, that one I think should have been a penalty for knocking the receiver out of bounds. The Mingus Marauders do end up with positive yards on the ground, with 72 yards on the ground. Negative 18 yards for Stokes out here. Still having trouble with the snaps a little bit. Brulin ended up with 19 yards on 8 carries. De La Haye had the only touchdown for the Mingus Marauders, 26 yards on 5 carries, and 3 carries for 20 for 2 carries for 20 yards for Machado out there for the Mingus Marauders. So not victorious are the Mingus Marauders, losing 34-7. They will fall to 4-3, 1-1 in the Grand Canyon region. Bradshaw Bears will be 1-1 in the Grand Canyon region. Will have the advantage over the Mingus Marauders. Mingus has a bye week coming up next Friday, Nick. So obviously, Mingus has got to fix some things and maybe heal up a little bit. They got some kids that are dinged up.
Yeah, especially how many times tonight when Nick Choate jumped on the ball, he just gets to stand up and he knows he's on offense, right? I mean, we have so many players going back and forth. So you're right. I mean, having the bye week is going to give us a chance to get rest, get healed up, take it a little bit lighter in practice for a little bit, and then more importantly, get ready for Coconino.
Right.
Wiped out this Bradshaw team, and this Bradshaw team looked pretty formidable tonight against us, so I can only imagine what Coconino is going to bring.
Yeah, 41-0 over Bradshaw last Friday, and Bradshaw was angry and showed some of it here in the first quarter against the Mingus Marauders, which was certainly not good for the Mingus Marauders. And I believe that Coconino was matching up at Prescott here tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how they did with that one. I want to remind everybody that we had some technical glitches to start the game, and the first quarter we had some problems and we're not online. We're going to try to get the entire game online, hopefully on Sunday, so that everybody can go back and watch the entire game in its entirety. So once again, and any final thoughts here on this game or upcoming schedules for the Mingus Marauders?
Yeah, the Marauders are going to have to play really tough, and at this point you're going to be playing for pride in your region, right? So it's time to get healed up. We got the the bye week coming up. That's a real big positive for us right now. I think the takeaway is let's make total use of the bye week.
Well,
everybody rested up. All the players that are going 2 ways, give them some rest, and then we can come back strong and hopefully finish the region with some wins.
Well, we're going to be out at Mayor Days tomorrow. I'll be out with Brad Miller and KVRD for Mayor Days tomorrow. On Wednesday, across the board, it's going to be Harvest to Feed the Hungry at a Fry's near you in Prescott Valley, Flagstaff, and, of course, Cottonwood. You can stop by and make your donations. The holidays are right around the corner, and it's time for our holiday food drives. We start out with the Harvest to Feed the Hungry. It'll go noon to 6 at Fry's coming up Wednesday the 11th, and then coming up that following weekend, it's Fort Verde Days. We'll be out at the Fort Verde Days Parade, and you can catch that on Verde Valley TV as well. And it's going to be an anniversary for. I know that we're also going to be out of Africa for. I think that it's their 20th anniversary or something like that. So lots of fun coming up over the next couple of weeks. We are going to bid you a good night here from Bradshaw High School. Once again, the Bears victorious over the Mingus Marauders 34-7 here on Homecoming 2023. We will be back with more Mingus Marauder action in 2 weeks when we return home against the Coconino Panthers. Have a great night, everybody.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist online at GettlesHDM.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services throughout Yavapai County and Flagstaff. Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GOETTLSHDM.com. Providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettle's and go Marauders.
This has been a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Tonight's Mingus Marauder game has been sponsored in part by Jones Ford Verde Valley, Arizona's best since 1970. State Farm Insurance Agent Jennifer Griffin. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Rock Zoo Screen Printing, where clothing comes to rock. Longfellow Excavating, we dig your ideas. Northern Arizona Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine Institutes. Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, more miles for your money. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. All Price Insurance, get your quote. Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, don't settle, get Gettle's. Tiffany Construction, a reputation for exceptional service and an unwavering commitment to quality. D-Best Plumbing, they believe in getting it right the first time. Sun Country Custom Woodworks, serving all of Northern Arizona with commercial and residential custom cabinets. And Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. Stay tuned for the next Mingus football game on KYBC AM 1600 and 96.3 FM, or go to the Verde Valley TV channel on YouTube to watch this and other Mingus games on demand.